Dear Madam Assistant Minister, good evening. Welcome to the Dutch residence. Those of you who know me also know that I'm not in the habit of reading out written speeches. However, today I decided to do just that, and there are two reasons for that. One reason is that this is a really important occasion. We are marking the launch of the Dutch-Serbian Business Association, which I find very important, and so important that I do not want to improvise and run the risk of forgetting things or making glitches. The second reason is I want to be nice to Oliver. Because Oliver actually wrote my remarks.
And now you're putting pressure.
And the reason I want to be nice is that today is his birthday. So there we go. As an embassy, one of our main roles is to represent and to further the interests of Dutch businesses abroad. In representing the Netherlands, being ambassadors as it were, internationally, and the positive effects Dutch companies can bring to local economic development. You, the business community, you do this by improving business practices, advocating corporate social responsibility, labor safety standards, and creating employment, amongst other things. But an embassy, or any public institution for that matter, can and should only be there to support and facilitate. In fact, the reason that my country, the Netherlands, has become such a successful country is not only because we have such an effective public administration. It is because our government knows when to take a step back and let the private sector do what it's best at. In that sense, I'm very happy that the initiative to create the Dutch-Serbian Business Association is not the embassy's initiative. It is an initiative that came from you, the Dutch business community. And it's a community that I, as ambassador, am extremely proud of. There is hardly a sector in the Serbian economy in which Dutch companies, together with their Serbian counterparts and employees, do not excel. Shipbuilding, IT, beer brewing, agriculture, the largest supermarket chain in the country, manufacturing, consulting, the largest online marketplace in the country, and the list goes on. You employ over 15,000 people in Serbia, and thereby you support over 15,000 families. By associating, exchanging ideas and knowledge, and formulating common positions on issues that are important to you through a joint platform, I'm certain that the significant presence of Dutch companies in the Serbian economy can be translated into an even greater impact on the market. It can also be translated into a more focused and intensified dialogue with the institutions, local authorities, and other stakeholders on issues such as improving the business environment and strengthening the rule of law. And you can count on us, on the embassy, to help and support you as much as we can. As someone who works on strengthening the cultural, social and economic links between Serbia and the Netherlands on a daily basis, I hope to see this association grow, and I wish you, as the business community, and all of us together as the Netherlands in Serbia, a lot of success. I will hand over the floor to Mr. Bojan Lekovic, founder of KupujemProdajem, and one of the initiators of the Dutch-Serbian Business Association. But before doing that, I would like you to enjoy the evening, which I'm sure will not be a challenge thanks to Henk, who apart from being one of the pillars of the Dutch business community in Serbia also manages to ensure that no one ever leaves any of our events thirsty. Victor, thank you. And I would also like to mention, for those of you who prefer wine, we have very special wine tonight from Pico Plenac, the winery in Topola. There's a red one, I took it just to show it to you. The red one, the Monarch S, which is really, you will not get this on receptions usually, it's really nice. And there is the new Constanta Barrique Chardonnay. So thanks to the winery for bringing this wine, and this is wine that we hope to market very soon on the Dutch market, so everybody at home can enjoy it as well. So enjoy the evening. Bojan, over to you.
Thank you. First of all, let me tell you, I do not have a speech.
You didn't write something?
No,
So, the reason is very simple, because I and a few of us, fellow entrepreneurs who took the initiative, did not want you to listen just. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about us, I'll tell you about the reasons, I'll tell you about the goals, but the idea is to have a little bit more interactive discussion on this, and I hope we can make you all guys and ladies believe actually in what we think would be the common benefit. But first of all, let me thank you, Henk, Ambassador, for having us here. Thank you for your support. Without your support, we wouldn't be able absolutely to attract that many business people. And thank you once again for this. And now I would just like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the founder and the CEO of the largest online marketplace in Serbia, which is called KupujemProdajem. Those of you speaking Serbian know what it means. Nowadays we are, for the daily Serbian, one of the most important, reasons to use internet. And we are so happy to have the possibility to actually be a very important player in the life of a normal daily Serbian, so to say. But it was not easy to get to this position. So we had a number of challenges throughout our 11 years of existence, and I would like to share a little bit of that with you, just to understand why it happened to me and to some fellow entrepreneurs, why we came to this idea to actually join forces. When we were, say, years back, maybe I tell you a little bit about my first idea of joining forces. It was some 12 years ago when I was working for Royal Dutch Telecom, KPN, and I was on a business trip to Japan, and our chief representative in Japan, in Tokyo office, was a gentleman called Wim Amstel. He was the president of Dutch Business Association in Japan, and I was astonished to hear that Dutch businesses joined forces into this beautiful big country called Japan in order actually to institutionalize their presence there. And it made such an impression to me to see how connected this person was, and how actually he shared a little bit of that with me, how that was important for the local Dutch community. And then somehow I forgot that, and I just went on doing my own business and started my own company, and while setting up everything that was needed as a Serbian natively, becoming even more Dutch as I live in the Netherlands for so many years, I actually underwent a number of problems that we, I think, all of the entrepreneurs have while doing business in Serbia. And one of the problems was actually with mobile phones. Was actually with the regulation in the country, and not just the regulation, but with at some moments we thought either ill intentions from the local government or maybe ignorance of the people. So what happened to me was actually I tried to find some help to help my business here, and I looked at the website of the Dutch Embassy, and I found a list of companies. And I applied to join actually our company to this list, and it was Duško, who is not here, unfortunately.
He's his copy.
Yeah, he's his copy.
Somehow he's...
Who answered to my mail, and he said, look, there is a list indeed, but I would like to know who you are. And I then copied my passport, Dutch passport, sent to him, and actually he said, okay, now I'll check your story. And we had a meeting together in a cafe across the embassy in, yeah. And then I had a kind of investigation, so to say, with the spotlights. Actually, in this 30 to 40 minutes, I had to prove myself to a Dutch embassy employee that I'm a genuine Dutch business, despite of my Serbian origins and name, and that I'm wishing actually to be on the list of the companies with one simple reason. I would like to know the fellow people. I would like to know what kind of problems they have. I would like to seek help from them, because maybe they have the same problems as I do. And that's actually how we started cooperation with the Dutch embassy. And then what happened? Indeed, I got into deeper trouble, so to say, with the trade inspection. And we had occasions that, although we are absolutely committed to follow all the laws and the bylaws and everything that we can in this country, and not only in this country, in all the countries where we have to do something. We came to the situation that in one day we had one court sitting. It was, say, Thursday. That on Friday we had another court sitting in another city. Then on Monday we have again trade inspection coming over to see what we were doing. And then actually I said, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to write a letter to the deputy minister to explain that legal and legitimate businesses, ours, is actually being sabotaged, well, being prevented of doing business in this country. And then I realized at that time that I need help from the Dutch embassy, actually. And it was around that time that Henk just got into his office, so he was not involved, but Duško was. And he helped me actually write a letter that explained actually to the relevant people of the ministry that they were wrong, actually, and that there would be some steps we are going to undertake in order to right this wrongdoing, so to say. That started very interesting relationship on many sides. First with the Dutch embassy, but secondly also with the Ministry of Trade, where those people used to work. Today we have a beautiful relationship with those people, because they learned that actually our intention was good. In the meantime, the regulation got improved. Nowadays, I'm even in the position to consult some of those experts from the ministry when it comes to the new regulations, which helps me. Not in the sense, please do not think that I'm trying to lobby something for my own company. I'm just trying to prevent stupidities as they can happen. And then what happened? Somewhere in the spring this year, a Serbian ambassador in The Hague, he asked me whether it would be nice to invite some Serbian people living in The Hague and in the Netherlands, business people, for a cocktail, as people would like to know each other. And we organized that. I helped organize this reception. And then I met Case. Case, where are you? So there's Case. And I recalled that I was invited some, say, 6 months or maybe 12 months before that event to a special event where a number of Dutch entrepreneurs sought help from Serbian embassy in order to sort out certain things in Serbia with, again, local authorities, and sought also help regarding information on how to do business in Serbia. And actually, and then Case said, okay, this is the reception, what are we going to do from now on? And then it was Djordje, our director of the Dutch-Serbian Association, who took the initiative, to be honest, and I'm very proud to know him, although we do not know each other that long, but I'm in this short period of very intense communication. I learned him a lot, and I'm quite happy to have you as a person here in Serbia. So he took the initiative and he settled everything together with Tom, who is over there. Tom, please raise your hand. And the case over there. So it is 4 of us actually who took the initiative to sort out some problems that every company working in this country must have.
In Serbia, that means he's telling the truth.
There's no plan.
And they say also it's a good luck. It's a good luck. So we actually realized that somebody has to make the initiative, and we said we're going to do it because we are all entrepreneurs. And the initiative was taken, and in June this year we formalized the association, of course with the agreement of the Dutch ambassador and the people from the Dutch embassy, because we didn't want to claim the name of Dutch-Serbian just like that. The idea is to have us, first of all, join forces in fighting for the better business climate in Serbia in a positive way. Not to do something for ourselves, not to lobby for the interests of particular companies, no, to lobby for the sake or for the benefit of the entire country and of course the businesses living here. Secondly, we wanted to know each other. I just realized that very few people I personally know here. And I believe most of you do not know majority of the people here. And that's a shame, because very nice business opportunities can arise from talking to each other. That's what association is all about. Thirdly, we would like to share information that we might acquire. Some of the companies here are very big and have their big legal departments, regulatory affairs, good ties with the government. Most of the companies are not in that position. I think the association should offer a kind of aggregation services to those small and medium companies who are not in position to gain those benefits of being big. And we might organize some events together so we can again benefit from being together. And many other interesting goals we could think of together. So please understand that not everything is thought of. We need our organization now to grow. In the meantime, if I'm not mistaken, we have already 16 companies joined, which is a very nice start. We hope that if we get, say, that many as well, we have very interesting, solid body to start this organization. We would like to hear you guys, to hear the questions, to see how you think about this. We would like to have everybody actually participating into this organization. Maybe I will ask Djordje to tell a few technical things, just to explain about the membership and what we... Would you like to do it?
Yeah, of course, no problem.
And then we would like to have some discussion and questions if you have. So that was my story in a short, so to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Bojan, Excellency. Thank you also for hospitality that we are here this evening. Thank to Embassy for all the help and support that they provide till now. I will just shortly give you a few information. From this morning we also have our website working. It's Dutch-Serbian so you can all see some more information there. Idea is that at this moment we have Dutch companies that are already involved, like Bojan mentioned, there is 16 of them. But we also get application and interest from Serbian companies who are interested to be part of this association. But we still like to wait a little bit with that part. We like to have our own general assembly. We like to discuss more about details, what will be the criteria to have new members. So in one way, this is just like Bojan told, just first step. And we like to make new steps together with all of you to make important decisions, and in one way to decide where we like that this association goes further. That's it from me. Thank you.
So guys, do we have some questions? Anybody, please?
I think they will enjoy more wine. And
just let me ask then, as Henk suggested, if they do not have questions, ask you. You can ask. Do you see the benefits of joining forces?
Sure.
Do you feel like joining this association?
Yes.
So I don't hear no.
I think we could put a list at the exit.
If you're okay, so then if the situation is that clear, what we are going to do, we of course will consult with Oliver whether we can do it, but we know all of you by name because you signed to come here, and we will send you the application form. So it will happen shortly.
Next week.
Next week. So please fill it in as soon as you receive it, because otherwise you'll forget it. So that we can put you into our system of information. And then we'll not inform you about the next steps afterwards. So the idea is to have coming months as many, even maybe bilateral discussions to persuade even more people to come, companies to come, and somewhere in January to have the first assembly, where we can discuss things that are, say, essential for the working of this organization. No, it's not the idea for us to just remain with the things we just explained on the website in terms of procedures, whatever. So we need everybody to help us actually define everything that we need for this to work. And if you're all okay with what we said, then I would like, and if there are no questions, I would like them to, as ambassador, also suggested to try this beautiful wine.
And the beer.
And the beer.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Maybe you could ask, I think, not all the people here, make it otherwise around, what they expect from a club like this. Maybe they have some suggestions, or you have explained very clear.
At the General Assembly, perhaps.
Yeah. Maybe.
Perhaps for the General Assembly.
No. Okay. So I would maybe if you
just a short. I'm not an IT. I'm just a simple mechanical engineer.
Okay.
But there will be some IT guys here, and I suppose that it would be very good that perhaps association could launch some kind of application or whatever, so you stay eye-connected or something like that. That could be very easy for communication, for being together, to exchange information, that sort of thing.
Sure.
But anyhow, as my memory is starting with the Netherlands, with the Dutch company Royal IFC since 80s, I know what can be the benefit of that sort of chambers, let's say, kind of chambers or association established. So I pass this all the time, 35 years altogether. So for sure there will be a great benefit.
Oh,
I can only say to the youngest, and the older guy probably knows the same, has the same experience as me. But for the youngest, I'm sure that they will find out that the benefits of that sort of association is tremendous, should be tremendous.
Sure. So that's what we think as well. A small note though, we are starting this, say, with the means we have. We are, as entrepreneurs, used to do with very limited means. That will say that we are not going to deploy any sophisticated website or whatever. In the early stage, we'll just do it as a minimum viable platform, so to say. So we have a simple website already up and running. We will a LinkedIn group. We'll use email. So let's do it very lean and efficient in order not to create some overhead in the beginning. So, and you'll get to hear from us. So that's what I wanted to say.
Great.
So if you're okay, let's then enjoy the
Great.